Angami Youth Organization ra Saturday de press conference loigina taxi permit dia upor thik na thaka koigina government ke ekta dedicated motor transport policy anbi kuise legislation ra AYU kuise koima de 3000 nishna taxi ase age de itu educated unemployed khan ke nijor laga pet palibole nimide rasta khulais kintu itia do permit system misuse kura nimide local manu bishi opportunity na pai jaise AYU la hisab te 2412 taxi ge itia tak verify kuri dise kote 843 do malik ekta hi ase aro 1569 do malik bishi bar change kuriala ase kintu 448 taxi la malik to clarity nai AYO bra chinta dikhaise ki ekta manu laga naam niche de 8ta taxi chuli ase 544 driver do non local ase aro khali 1109 taxi do gari malik nijor bra chulai AYO kuise taxi permit kunba to bacha 7 saal laga naam bra bi banai gina ase taxi permit bikai gina transfer kuria upor AYO janaise kunba manu to rupees 75000 bra 95000 tak bra kini gina ase
thank things diase aro moi itu data ne kwa gi de on behalf of IO office man do owners khan aro drivers khan give things diase do tagang travel loine aine office ya ine verify kuria do aro mohana fine news ne ga se so far total vehicle verified and issued sticker to 2412 and out of 2412 only 843 taxis are with the fresh owner rest are second till some are even this up to fifth owner na taxi pikai ne transfer grado it one do 1569 ase second to fifth owner aru number of taxis post NL01TA0703 it do 448 ase 448 aro it do man driver khan sai sibul do local drivers ki man ase non local ki man ase it do ebar to be man tuba kurse sama kurse to non local drivers khan do 544 sorry mohana finding se aro nijor la taxi thage aro nijor driving kurne kama khan do 1109 aro number of taxis non indigenous inhabitants of Nagaland la hatte thage do 415 ase non indigenous owners aro man owners se sadu itu sathi bra kanisna double permit thage han bi si ase aro family de mota maiki bacha han la नाम दे परमिट थगया एकटा फैमिली दे 2-3 परमिट थगया भी पाइसे आरो रेपिटेशन होजे होले भी 7 and 8 year old girls दुइटा इदु टैक्सी परमिट पा लगा भी इदु भी पाइसे आरो ओनर्स खान कुंबा दो किला हिसाब रासि ने होले भी तखना कनेक्शन थगया रासि ना किना होले टैक्सी परमिट लोबो within a month or two टैक्सी परमिट तो पिकाइ दियो तान drive kuribo gari kinine kamabo itu nangine tahan business kura labi paise khali taxi permit logine aro do post 0703 kanne friendly conversation kurine mohan padu satyawan kwanisna kumba do 40 50 75 85 aro highest 95 amount pay gurne taxi permit ba laga ase aro kumba do sida go ko de kina paise goli do minister line dar paise nabi ko abi man paisi de aro drivers khan edo many drivers without anta id card edo apply wala bi edo bishi paisi de aro de mokhan na suggestion han ko dise ole kumba sathi han kumba bra supplement ko na fine
001
approaching the sense
in the sense that it one to keep rule how did they issue and now what are they going to do without even having the permission of issuing the licenses
itu kana mikan itia kui thana nisna ahigine tai laga loopholes kan itu kan ase gina mikan chup dispress media itu lai di gina ase itu kui thana nisna ahigine I think this is also one of the most appropriate forum where we have already highlighted and also disclosed the lapses as well as the loopholes in the issuing of taxi permits or for that matter with the service related of the taxi. Itu wara the competent authority as we speak here. The Deputy Commissioner is the Regional Transport Authority. He is the chairman. Or for that matter, the Chief Secretary is the chairman of the State Transport Authority. So I think these are the two competent authorities who are in a position to address to all these loopholes as well as the lapses that we have already disclosed to this press media.
So from your side, you don't have any specific demand as such that those permits issued after?
See, as we have said, these people are in a taxi permit kina handle do agire kui than is na nijo self drive kura handle do 1109 as de nijo taxi dai nijo drive kura aro from what the committee has found out is that itu NL07TA0703 laga piche number dia handle do maximum of them they are driving by themselves. NL01TA0703 itu laga drivers khan aro malik khan du ekjun ha je. So it can give the conclusion that tai khan iman puisa luigine invest kurigine kuda olive just kurigine anigine iman tera je. For us we are of the opinion that to victimize the owners or for that matter taxi permit lo hangi to hangi victimize kurle do out of question as na gi pabe je kile mane system niga je normal apply korisu gule to true proportional apply korisu le to na pai puisa dile do he lo ase to niga bora. I think it is now upon the authority tai kan kiniga aigine to permit kan niga issue kori di je itu do le do aigine not the person who have acquired the taxi permits but dia laga opor de he problem do la je aro itu kui dharan is na the repeat kora je na ole bi ami kan aigine taxi permit dia do ole bi ekta amogan dekha do le do taxi permits are not transferable itu ase otherwise there are no criteria or no credentials itu le do dibo to like kunai itu ora all these problems is coming up because there is no motor transport policy ekhe nai mo log de itu ora issue gra do le bi taihan laga khushi kiniga dibo gule bi ta na khushi itu ora ami kan aigine system do le do. The foremost and important thing now here is that I think the state should have its own motor transport policy. Iniga ojiblu do ami khan ki ase guidelines kan hulibi aro kun benefit pawo lage itu kan bi moi kan itu kan olai siblu do. I think these are all an ultimate thing once the motor transport policy comes into picture.
So apni kan findings ki ase regular or normal apply kore kiman ase?
See, even some of us ahigine kumba do ledo since government service na gram andu bi ase to bara genuine apply gra handu ledo as far as we are concerned we don't even pay 3,000 for 5 years permit. Your road tax hardly you'll be paying around some 1,000 plus amount. Your pollution is another thing. Itu do ledo 100 rupees parabi apni kan laga pollution kan provided you bring your vehicle and then check it iniga ase to hardly say apni laga for 5 years you are paying a maximum amount of 3,000 and then apni kan per year apni laga road tax kuria do ledo you are just paying not even 2,000 also with your pollution fitness kan itu kan kurigine to inia hado ledo but someone who has already purchased the permit with 95,000 is also paying the same amount because every 5 years tatala permit renew lage aro tai laga road tax be every year tala ole lage to itu bara ekta taxi driver ekta living depending on his vehicle for his earning to get back that 95,000. I think it is a very big amount for someone with such employment. It is a very big deal for him.
Okay, apni dia do kimambara taxi permit to pabo lage iniga de amikhan verification kure time de itu undertaking ekta tage yade sign kure time de one remarks ko ina rake to all these records are with us amikhan hudia talk to those who go to the RTO through proper channel and acquire their permits itu kan do processing charge 1,500 to 3,000 itu bitore pekai komba do innocently ko do mi ando manu ge hi kurele dije do garne moi do cha pani bi khabe ko ne 10,000 dije ko ase but the rest to there may be some brokers in between the department and the buyers itu brokers can business kure ase na kiniga kure ase itu the permit holder knows the best itu kan 60,000 db aro permit loi jabi inega ita there is an instance ekta ase itu moitik mola cousin brother ekta ase I will tell that example he is an unemployed youth tai gari kinibi goise kinise permit dibo goise kheta ase gari kinine ready goine thaise permit to lot time lo ase to he go to the RTO to get the permit idu time de tai laga documents ki khando RTO de ek jombara I will not tell the designation ek jombara ta laga papers khan boise tai office bitor re janai bahare thagise iniga thagina permit to anigine tai ge dise permit ania bi itu bai laga naam de ania nai itu maike ekta laga tai na jania ekta laga naam de permit to hi jaise to you have to pay 65,000 in a question to bahare tai jon in a transact koine tai do taxi permit loi ni jaise to regarding this those unemployed youth who acquired a permit by buying and all these things so we are not in a position to victimize them or we are not in a position to give them any ultimatum or punish as our president has clearly mentioned the concerned authority should look into that matter in a right tasate
There's this streamline grow in our so now you have found so many anomalies in the department. So after your findings, if you are just going to give a press conference and then conclude here, how do you think the department will take an action unless you give something to them?
No, see, Agiravi Kuidi here, but I think now our main concern here is the suggestion, or for that matter, the recommendation for bringing about state motor transport policy. If required, I think Angam Youth Organization is very much willing forward to put up, a representation to the government. For that matter, the chairman of the state motor transport authority, we are willing. Doesn't mean that we will not write, but in due course, befitting representation may be given to the government. Yade Angami Youth Organization laga motive aro idea do hule do agire kuidanga nisna amigan aigine unregulated number of taxis thaka han traffic jam la issue gan parking laga han idugan sok gwa je no lebi the foremost and important thing is that we can educated unemployed man ase aro taxi itu do hule do itu consumer service ekta do hule do amigan manobi siga modo gula parole laga ase aro jodi itu permit proper channel bara regional transport authority logode jaisi gule do it is just a nominal amount has iniga gurigine utu manu kun permit paise tai bara to permit to le tai logode usually 5 years kane die tai road tax every year renew guribo iniga gana after 5 years pichite tai aro ta laga permit to aro renew guribo but road tax to tai every year tai to iniga hoise gule do the genuine person or the deserving person do hoise gule do proportional de jaise gule do tai he could have saved agide kuidan is na 90-80,000 rupees tai save korle parole laga ase aro deserving na pai gine kun puisa ase upai na thaki gine manu logode loan bi lui gine inia cases bi bishi thakibo idu ora ami kana concept tu hile do itu system bal ora streamline guri di gine ami khan not only taxi ekla na hoi gine ahi gine pa manu ge hulbi tai laga source of income guri dibi tai kite earn gure iniga hole to tai bi economy de amagala economy ne bi contribute gura ekta ase itu ora ami gala concern do hole do ami gan DC Koima DC regional transport authority ki bi ko do hole do permit khan itia bara henceforth issue guru gule do ami gan itia scooty daga is permit kiniga dia ase itu nijna bal bara tahan logo debi interview bi kuri gine tahan ke not only owning the taxi but I gine drive bi kuri gine nijo hai earn gule to encourage kuru lagi gine DC ki bi price kuri se agir amingan committee member kui daga nisna amingan yede I gine to problem so face kura to bile to amingan the state does not have its own motor transport policy amikhan itia dole do jagine national transport policy hai chola ase so very soon if it is felt pertinent that the Angami Youth Organization should write to the government or for that matter through this press conference we would also like to put forward our suggestion that the government should also table a bill in the assembly to have our own motor transport policy bill haligina amikhan ek pass kurigine kiniga hole to amikhan la youth khan karne bal hobo itu kan streamline itu kan policies bal khan ani gine amikhan naga manu khan ki dibi gine to be government ge request korle muna je the second thing is the other thing is taxi kan time diule lagabi sufficient time di dise itu ora itia to hole do taxi kan verified na gura khan to hole do let us assume and let us be of the opinion that tahan documents thik nai na hole bi tahan gari thik nai itu ora verify gula hanai itu ora henceforth verified na thaka taxi kan pola bole na dibo aro pola gine jodi durise gule do amikan Angami Youth Organization kan tahan la pore ki action luise gule bi they will be held solely responsible iniga gure gine aji henceforth aji bora taxis kan apply gule without verified na gune pola bole na dibo aro amikan taxi services chula manu kan gule bi itu verified stickers thaka han logode he services kan lubi iniga luise gule do moi kan bitor gule bi genuine garis kan pola bole dibo amikan problem ki face kure ase itu kan somehow to a certain level mohan laga problem kan bi solve hole laga ekta ase dura through this press conference amikan common public kan gi bi appeal kura do bile do amikan verified stickers kan he chola bi de gari kan kuine sob ke request kura ase very good afternoon to you all the Angami Youth Organization amikan verification taxi laga kuria laga details kan amikan press media laga share korle muna se first 8 days digine muhan taxi kan verify gro gine 8 days time dise nahole bi amikan number of taxis turning up aro ek din de taxi verify gole para bi morning 9 bara shuru gine rati 6 tok kuri thagi je nahole bi cover gule na pare hora another 3 days extension digine mugan taxi kan verify guri je inia guri gine last week tok amikan ki verify gule thagi je para to kitu kan guri je inia guri gine kumba ekta duita doubtful thaka kan itu kan aro rectify gule kan lop time lagi je itu ora itu kan sa kotom ha bisi de aji amikan office bears kan field de jai gine gari kiman verified hui gina asa aro gari kiman ta verified na hui gina pola ase itu kan big bars hui gina aji jai gine taxi parking han de jai gina sai je inia sai gina halaga report kan itia aminga naga committee members kan tai kan starting from the convener aro alag members kan ekjun guri gina details kan apni kan logone share kori dibo
Okay, very good afternoon to the media persons, and thank you once again for coming and covering about our taxi verification. Itu amikan first ayokan taxi kan verification kuriya do first press conference debi janai dise holebi amikan hunise ki public kan itu kotha bisi ja ase kile itu verification kurubo lage hoilebi NGO ekta bara ai kine inia ka kure do itu thik nai iniga kotha kan bisi ja ase itu kan bi mukhan hunise itu kare itia moi itu time logina aro ekbar manu khange public khange kile itu kurise itu mukhan laga idea do olop manu khange kubole monase 2024 te amikhan RTI ekta RTO de regional transport office te tate file kurise reply pa do ami khan reply do sai kine ami khan satisfactory hoa nai edu kile satisfactory hoa nai itu do the first point is 2022 6 July tate order ekta dishe ki itu order de itia bara taxi permit to issue na kuri jabo iniga order ulaise. However, surpassing this government standing order, we find that so many taxi permits are being issued against this standing order. Itu mo kan number kan sai thake do up to 577 or more taxi 577 or more itu permit kan illegally issued kuri dia laga itu mo kan findings to itu paisi aro itu ami khan bahare taxi owners khan hobi drivers khan hobi huda hudi kura time de taxi permit to apne han kimam bara banaise ineka hudia do yes there of course there are some few taxis some few permits who have acquired their permits through the proper procedures hoilebi bishi bardo ami khan khobor paise ki 75,000 70,000 80,000 up to 95,000 tak permit to kini bole imam bara kinia itu bi ami khan dikhise itu karone ami khan are itu taxi do it is for unemployed youth to is the government or is the concerned department not robbing this unemployed youth in a one question be mohan itu be any question kurishi itu karone we have to go for verification to get the findings to get the fact in a karone itu verification be suru kurishi aro ami khan dikhi ase Kohima de saise kule do almost all the empty spaces in Kohima town are being occupied as taxi stands. There is no more empty space for private vehicles or for emergencies to park their vehicles. Itu karone verification kurigine itu khan bi aro a lot space bi create kuru paribola itu babik ni ami khan itu khan bi kurishe. Karikumba illegally permit na thagina original permit na paine after the registration of their vehicle they simply painted their vehicles into taxi color and they're applying so it can be question de hishe itu karone verification to ebar jabo lagibo inika hishe aro traffic jam do mokhan sob jani ase more than 3,000 taxis flying in Kohima in this very small smart city of Kohima. So if it is like that, then how will the growth of the town be possible? In Gabi Mukhan laga concern de hai jaise. So as an NGO and the local guardian of this Kohima town, we find ourselves responsible at least to create space and to do something good for our people. Itu karone moham verification jaise. And then ami khan bahare sado taxi bishido very old already, very old. Itu can be feed asana nai, it be concerned hai jaise. Aro we see some drivers not in order. It can be dikhise. Itu karone we have to verify and get the proper data so that the safety of the commuters, the passengers, will also be put into place. Iniga ita babine amigan verification do suru kurish de. Itu bara points bi bishi ase. However, those are some of the concerning points that comes to our office. Itu karone amigan verification do suru kurish. Verification kuria do amihan president coalition total 12 days amihan loine verification kurish. To 12 days the verification kuria do amihan findings inika ase ki permit validity itu thik na thakia gari bishi ase aru permit validity to for a local taxi say example itu local taxi ekta do tala permit to it is valid for 5 years and after that he or she can go for renewal inega ekta ase however komba taxi do more than 2-3 decades renew kurine jalaga itu bi dikhise to will that taxi be fit to carry a passenger inega ekta question bi ase aru permit chado permit bishi expired hoine thakise aru gari bishi pollution hobi noli fitness hobi itu kan check na kuri inna thakya bishi ami kan data kan sob collect kuri gina ase aru permit be issued against minor itu bi paise 7 years old 8 years old itu kan tak permit paina thakala itu bi mukhan findings te paise aru permit renew kure time de it is done in proxy itu kile proxy de kure ase kule to the taxi permit is clearly in the permit it is clearly mentioned that the permit is non transferable however permit to bikai na aru gari to bikai gine second owner third owner fourth fifth owner tak thakya ini khan bi paise aru original permit holder do say example permit holder tala nam A ase bolibi who is this particular person A itu concern na loikine the person B himself goes and do renewal for the permit iniga itabi amya la finding ne paise itu karone the renewal of the taxi permits are being done in proxies aru A laga nam de B laga passport photo itu rakhi ne thakala itu kan bi saise to how these are happening iniga amikan itu sawal bi itu concern department ge bi aru hudi ase aru if the taxi permits or if the taxis are being given for to create employment kile itu permit kan do government servants kan itu hold kurubole pari ase itu bi question da ase aru a single person is acquiring more than 3-4 permits iniga laga bi ase itu karne amyan la findings de itu kan finding paise itu karne mon la finding itu kan sob milai gina ami kan concerned department ke bi nolibi government ke bi request kuro mon thakya to let the state government come or put out concrete on state transport policy nijo laga state laga transport policy ekta ahibo lagibo neki iniga ami kan request itu dia ase aru ami la friend bara data scan itu kan alop koi dibo kiman verify kurishe kiman first owner ase kiman second owner ase itu han sob ami la friend bara share koi dibo thank you